Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Phone a Friend News with the Ambassadors of Gaming. I'm one of your two hosts, Chris.
And I'm Michael.
Ambassador Chris. Sorry, he's an ambassador as well.
Indeed.
It's going to be a little bit of a shorter time today. It's more just updates.
hmm
Um, not a lot of big news.
Yeah, it's a slow week, so but everything really big already happened, so we're not
hmm
really gonna see anything for a while. So to get started, Deus Ex: Mankind Divided, the newest one, will be released on Mac. The studio announced today.
And Mac
Uh,
never gets anything.
yeah, Mac almost never gets like AAA games. They did bring their last game over, Human Revolution, so that's pretty cool. Somebody's supporting Mac at least when it comes to games. I mean, granted, Mac's not meant for gaming, but you know, it's cool that we get a game every now and again. Um,
Right?
the next piece of news, probably the biggest one, I guess, in terms of headlines and clickbait kind of shit. Kojima finally talked about Metal Gear Survive, and I believe he talked to IGN, and he was asked if the idea for Survive came from his mind. He said, "That's nothing to do with me," and he went on to call out the game's use of zombies. The Metal Gear games are about political fiction and espionage. He explained, "Where do zombies fit in with that?" He did say, however, that he had worked on Metal Gear Survive. Had he worked on Metal Gear Survive, it might be different. He said, "If I had worked on that game, it would have had mechs in it." So he didn't say anything really mean. He was just kind of like, "I don't see why there's zombies in it." So
It
realistically,
kind of is, though. He says if I would have done it, as if
yeah,
like if I would have done it, it would have been better. But since I'm not doing it,
yeah. Well, I mean, he's like, I guess what he's trying to say is if Konami was like, you have to fucking make a game like this, he would have just made it mechs instead of zombies. You know what I
right?
mean? But he's not too fond. It doesn't sound like he's too fond of the idea in general. Um, the next piece of news, I think we already talked about this, but I don't know, so I put it back in here. The Witcher 3 will not receive a PS4 Pro update. CD Projekt Red said they're not going to upres the game to 4K and HDR kind of shit because they just want to get on and move and finish Gwent, and then their next game, Cyberpunk 2077. So they're just putting all their resources into that right now and moving forward.
Basically, they put The Witcher 3 behind them.
Yeah, they're like, we're done with it. We put all the expansions out. We have the Game of the Year edition. We're done. Um, Microsoft again comes out publicly to state that the Scorpio will run games natively at 4K instead of upresing from the Xbox One. So PS4 Pro is some games get an update, they're going to be 4K. Scorpio, all first party games will be 4K, but not all third party games.
Yeah.
Third party is the same as, from what I've read so far, is the same as PS4 Pro. It's up to the developer. So, but all their first party games will run in 4K, just like all Sony's, I assume, first party games will run at 4K on the PS4 Pro. Um, that is different though, because instead of just blowing it up, they're building it that way and then shrinking it down for the Xbox One, like the regular one. Um, and the last piece of news comes from Mr. Ishihara. Sorry,
Ishihara.
I'm not good with Japanese names. All right, I have a hard time pronouncing things in
Ishihara.
Spanish.
The man behind the Pokemon
Yes.
Company.
And he had stated that there indeed will be Pokemon games on the NX. And he said the NX is trying to change the concept of what it means to be a home console device or a handheld device. And this was in an interview with the Wall Street Journal. So that's interesting. That's a good selling point for me personally, especially if it's,
But,
you know,
but, be weary because Pokemon games is very general. There are a lot of Pokemon games.
true.
There's Pokemon Snap.
Stadium,
There's
Arena,
Stadium. There are games that
Coliseum.
aren't. There are games that do not hold the RPG aspect that we know as
Yeah,
Pokemon.
I
But
guess. But I
if
think
if
I don't have all the
go ahead.
context from the interview, but I believe when I had read it that they were talking about the core Pokemon games. Because if
Well,
moving
let's hope.
forward the NX is their new handheld home console hybrid, then it would make sense that they would be putting regular Pokemon games on it because it's a handheld, and that's where Pokemon games always
I'm
are.
not too I'm not too pumped for Sun and Moon. I just want
I'm
a
not either.
remake of I want a remake of Gen 4.
Yeah, I know you do. They're only gonna.
Diamond and Pearl. Those games are so good. Platinum was even better, but I know Platinum won't get a remake. They'll if they remake
Um,
anything, they'll remake Diamond and Pearl.
if they do a remake, it won't be until the NX because it would only be like the Nintendo only remakes their games once you can't play them anymore. Like you know what I mean? Like on the current system, you can't play them anymore. Like when they moved
Yeah.
to the DS, then they had um whatever. Then they came out with Fire Red and Leaf Green, and then when they moved to the DSi or whatever, then they came to Soul Silver
I
and
think you were
Heart
looking
Gold.
for Game Boy Advance there. Fire Red and Leaf Green were on Game Boy Advance.
Yes, but the DS also the DS and the Game Boy Advance came like coincided with each other. The
Yeah,
SP
it could.
they were out at the same time, and Nintendo was trying to sell both of them at the same time. That's why the original DS could play Game Boy Advance games. So,
Yeah.
the DS was just supposed to be the premium. You know what I mean? It was just supposed to be the better handheld or whatever. So, um,
I had a DS. I had a limited edition bright lime green one.
I had a red DS. I liked it very much, but the DS Lite is far superior to the DS.
No, I'm talking about a Game Boy Advanced SP. I had
Oh,
a green Game Boy Advanced SP.
I think I had a silver one, and then I had a blue one.
You had two?
I broke either me or my brother broke one. I had a Game Boy Advance, but that thing didn't last long at all. I left it on top of my mom's car, and yeah, we drove away, and that thing just shattered into a million fucking pieces.
Well, that's your fault.
Yeah, yeah, but the Game Boy Advance kind of sucked, especially because I got the Game Boy Advance, and then like a year later the SP came out, and I was like, I just want the SP because it has a backlight, and fuck using this stupid ass light you gotta attach to the Game Boy Advance and fucking
I hated
this
that.
shit
Yeah, I'd
sucked.
like stick a top and bend
Yeah,
over. Yeah, it was
fuck,
awful.
that was awful. So, thank God for backlights. But yeah, I'm interested. I'm more interested now in the NX, but the longer Nintendo waits, the more people are starting to think that it's not going to be in March. Because it's September now. They got October, November, December, January, February, March. They got 6 months to tell us what it is, build hype around it, and then get it out
Who
publicly.
called that, Mike?
I think you'd. I don't know.
I did.
A lot
As
of
soon
people
as we
did.
talked about it in this news, we were like, "Yeah, they're gonna release it in March or reveal it in March. Which one is it? Release or reveal?"
Release in March. Reveal is supposed to be
Release.
before that.
Called that. I called it. I said it's not coming out in March, and then you were like, "No, I mean March is a pretty good time." I'm like, "Nope, it's not gonna happen. We'll see. We will see."
I guess it depends on when they unveil. I mean, it's starting to get
It's leaning
too
more and more
late.
in my
Yeah.
favor.
Yeah. I mean, I
You're gonna
honestly
owe me
wouldn't be
Chipotle.
surprised if it was like June. Like if they
You're gonna owe me
push it all the way
Chipotle.
back to June.
If it does not come out in March, you're buying me Chipotle.
Why is that? I never bet you.
You should just
Bullshit.
acknowledge that I am smarter.
You made a good guess.
I did not make a good guess. I'm following the trend.
There was that everything gets delayed.
Yes,
Everything gets delayed.
everything worth waiting for gets delayed.
Everything you want in life will be
Everything-
delayed.
Every game you want will have some sort of delay around it.
True.
Okay, I think we have more.
No, that's it. I mean, well, now that you said that, I got one more thing I just thought about. The new South Park game, Fracture But Whole, that got pushed back in January, I think.
What was that trend I was talking about, Michael?
Yeah, everything gets pushed back. Everything.
Everything worth waiting for gets pushed back. Also,
Yeah.
I mean, news is news. Rise of Iron was released for
Two.
gameplay today.
It indeed was released today. We're gonna try it out after this.
Mhm.
Well, I am. He already did
I
it.
already played it.
What do you think about it? Just quick impressions.
It's very small. The campaign is
Mm-hmm.
very small. I mean, of course, there are missions after it. I know that through questing with your pre-order, you can get an Iron Galahorn themed Sparrow, and you can get an Iron Galahorn. So
Ornament. Not.
I'm on
The
I'm on
actual
the
thing.
quest. I'm on the quest right now to get the Iron Galahorn.
Is it the ornament or you get Galahorn?
I'm going for the weapon. I'm building the weapon.
Well, what the Iron Galahorn is you just apply it to it's like an ornament you apply to Galahorn. So that's why I was curious if it was specifically like you get
No,
Galahorn and the Iron
well,
Galahorn ornament or both.
I am building a Galahorn,
Okay, okay,
and they're probably just going to give me the ornament to turn it into an Iron Galahorn.
okay. That's what
Do you understand what
I
I'm saying?
wanted
Yeah,
to
I'm
know.
building
Yeah,
the Galahorn.
that's what I wanted to know. Okay, very good.
So, and I don't know what Justin was talking about, our friend. He said he got an ornament or something for Iron Galahorn. I have not gotten that yet, and I already beat the campaign.
I don't know. Maybe it's because he still got it technically as a pre-order bonus. I don't know.
I pre-ordered.
Yeah, but when you buy it day one, you usually still get the pre-order bonus because it comes in the thing sometimes. Or
So the
like
fact
if you
still
buy it
holds.
digitally.
If I pre-ordered it before he did, why did I? Why have I not yet experienced this ornament?
I have no idea. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I don't work at Bungie. I don't know how pre-order bonuses work. I don't know.
Yep. All right,
So
but anyway, that is it. Try and check us out at least once a week. We try and do this at least once a week at this time.
indeed.
What day does this go up? Wednesday?
This usually goes up on Wednesdays. I try to put them up around noon Eastern time. The SoundCloud one usually goes up earlier. So if you prefer audio, we're on SoundCloud. I forget the exact link. I think it's soundcloud.com/ambassador of gaming. Might be ambassador of gaming. Then we have Patreon. Our Patreon is Ambassador of Gaming. Patreon.com/ambassador of gaming because our name is too goddamn long to fit anywhere. And then we post a video on YouTube. YouTube.com/ambassadors of gaming. I have to do all this now because we do audio files, so bear with me.
All right, but anyway, I'm Ambassador Chris,
And I'm Ambassador Michael.
and we will see you next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.